Hi, this is Jonathan and welcome to our course orientation of the CCNA version 7 Switching, Routing, and Wireless Essentials Instructors Training. Before I proceed, let me introduce to you our team. Our first trainer is Mr. Leopoldo Maglalang Jr. He is our main contact for Cisco Oman Academy Support Center, Instructor Training Center, and a lecturer of Higher College of Technology. Then we have Ms. Prabha, who is also a lecturer of Higher College of Technology. Our third trainer is Mr. Vijaya Bhaskar Reddy. He is a lecturer of Shinas College of Technology, and yours truly is from Salala College of Technology. In this presentation, I will talk about the details of the course, what are the activities present in this module, and what are the schedules of submission and the schedule of the exam. And then finally, I will show you how to access the course using the NetAcad. This module leads us to the Industry Certification Exam CCNA 200-301. It means that most of the topics covered here are included in that exam. So I encourage you to diligently read and understand the topics and do the practice activities, especially the packet tracer activities. We also recommend that you complete the Introduction to Network course before taking this module because this is actually the continuation of the Introduction to Networks. But if you have not completed the Introduction to Networks, you don't need to worry because we are here to help and guide you so that you can successfully also complete this module. So this module focuses on three things. Number one is the switching technology. Number two is all about router. Number three, it's about wireless local area networks. So here you will learn how to do the configurations for those on those devices, and you will at least troubleshoot, identify, and mitigate LAN security threats. You will learn how to configure and implement security feature in a basic wireless local area network setup. At the end of this course, you will learn how to configure VLAN and inter-VLAN. You will learn also about STP and Ether channel. You will also learn about first hop redundancy protocols. You will learn how to configure wireless local area network and apply security features. And you will learn also how to configure IP version 4 and IP version 6 static routing on routers. So later, when I show you the modules in our NetAcad, you will see that there are a lot of activities available in this module. So you will see here that this module contains 16 modules or chapters. There are 14 hands-on laboratory activities. There are 31 packet tracer activities. There are 15 videos that are very, very much interesting because it explains concepts. It shows you how to perform or how to do the configurations. We also have 19 syntax checkers. So these syntax checkers are like a simulation environment wherein you can type the commands as the instruction is being provided to you, and then you can verify whether your answer is correct or not, and then you can practice and repeat over and over again. We also have an interactive activity wherein you can verify also the things that you have learned in this module. We also have 36 check your understanding quizzes. We have 16 module exams. There are 5 module group exams and 1 final exam. So having this much of activities, definitely you will become an expert later in designing or in configuring switches, routers, and the wireless devices. So this is now our training plan. So we designed this training within 3 weeks time. So you will see here that in week 1, 7 chapters are being covered. We have the basic device configuration, switching concepts, VLANs, inter-VLAN, STP concepts, Ether channel, DHCP version 4. On week 2, we have the SLAAC or SLAC and DHCP version 6. We have the FHRP concepts. Then we have the LAN security concepts, switch security configuration, wireless LAN concept, and wireless LAN configuration, and also routing concepts. So in week 2, you will notice chapters 10 and 13 are highlighted. It means to say that these topics are new in this module. Okay? For week 3, we will be discussing or we will be having our IP static routing and troubleshoot static and default routes. On this week also is the review session, the practical skills assessment, and the online final exam. Now, what are your tasks? On the left side of this screen, you will see that we do have a non-graded activity and a graded assessment. So for the non-graded activities, these are activities that we encourage you to perform, like reading the curriculum, watching the recordings, perform the syntax checkers, perform the check your understanding, perform the module quizzes, and perform practice packet tracer activities. So these non-graded activities will help you to be successful for your graded assessments. So what are the graded assessments? We have the packet tracer skills assessment test, the module group exams, skills-based assessment, and online final exam. So the tools that you need for this course or for this module, you need of course a web browser to access your NetAcad or to access the module in the NetAcad. You need a packet tracer installed on your device 7.3.0. You need an OBS software because later on we will be asking you to record your activity and you need to submit it to us. And then you need the WebEx Teams to communicate and collaborate with your trainer and other participants. So at the end of this course, you will be getting a certificate of completion, a letter of merit, and a digital badge from Cisco, and you will become or you will be accredited instructor for CCNA version 7 SRWE. So accredited instructor means you are allowed to create classes for your students and you are allowed to teach this course. So as I said, regarding the activity, we do have the non-graded activities and the graded activities. So self-learning. Self-learning, these are recommended activities that you need to do. So here, you need to read modules 1 to 4. You need to watch the recordings. You need to attend and actively participate in the webinars and the WebEx Teams. You need to perform the syntax checker, check your understanding, and module quizzes. For practice skills, so we do have the recommended for practice packet tracer activities. So we mentioned the number of the packet tracer activities. So you try to do those PT activities. We also have the non-graded prerequisite. So non-graded prerequisite means you need to perform this packet tracer, but there is no grade for this. Okay? But this particular non-graded prerequisite activity, okay, will allow you to do your assessments. In this case, the module group exam chapters 1 to 4. So this module group exam will not be activated unless you finish the 4.5.1 packet tracer activity non-graded prerequisite. Okay? So again, I will repeat. You need to perform first the non-graded prerequisite so that you can do the assessment, particularly the module group exam. Okay? So that is the first part, or the first topics that you need to do. Next, for chapter 5 and 6, the non-graded prerequisite is 6.4.1, so you need to perform this so that you can take the module group exam chapters 5 to 6. The third non-graded prerequisite is 9.3.3. So upon completion of this activity, it will allow you to do these two assessments, the module group exam, chapters 7 to 9, and the practice skills assessment, part 1. For chapters 10 to 13, we do have two non-graded prerequisites. So you need to perform 11.6.1 and 13.3.12 so that you can take the module group exam chapters 10 to 13. And finally, in chapters 14 to 16, you need to perform the non-graded prerequisite 16.3.1 packet tracer activity so that you can take the module group exam chapters 14 to 16 and the practice skills assessment part 2. Okay? So earlier I talked about the check your understanding. So basically, this check your understanding allows you to review and validate what you have learned on a particular chapter. So you can check your answers if it is correct. It will show you also the correct answer, and you can repeat in taking these quizzes anytime. Okay? So this will help you to review also, okay, regarding that particular chapter. So basically, we do have self-assessment and assessments that are launched by the instructor. Under the self-assessment, we have the check your understanding and the module quizzes. So both of these assessments helps you to review and prepare for the exam that are being activated or launched by your instructor or by your trainer. So the assessments that are being launched by the trainer are the module group exams and the final exam. Now, regarding the devices that we are using in this module, so let me share with you the routers and other devices that are being used in version 6 and version 7. So you will notice that the routers that we are using here is the router 4221 or 4331. Catalyst switch 2960 is present. Then we do have server and other end devices. Now you will notice in version 7, there is an additional device present in all activities, and with that is the Wi-Fi router. So basically, this router just brought back in the version 7. So this was not there in version 6, but they have added this again in version 7. Now, if in case you don't have the 4221 or the 43 series router, and you only have the 1941 router or 2901 router, you can still perform activities or the laboratory activities in version 7. but you need to take note that the interface name could be different, the interfaces could be different also. Okay, so meaning to say, you can still follow the network design, you can still follow the instructions, but when it comes to those particulars like the interfaces, like the names, so you need to consider changing based on the characteristic of your 1941 router and 2901 router. Okay, so let's go now with our webinar schedules. So we have already plotted our webinar topics and the schedule, and you will notice here that there are 6 webinar sessions for all the chapters covered in this module. So we have given the dates and the time and the duration of the webinar session. In webinar session number 7, we will be using this to have the orientation for the skills-based assessment and online final exam. So we will be giving you instructions how to do the skills-based assessment and how to do the online final assessment or online final exam. We will also be giving you the hardware and the software requirements for our exam. Okay. Then we have also plotted our webinar or exam webinar schedules. So take note that our skills-based assessment exam is scheduled on July 21. Our online final exam will be scheduled from July 22 up to July 24. Now, you will notice there are 3 batches mentioned there, meaning to say we will be assigning you to a certain batch to take the exam. If in case you fail to appear on those schedules, then we will give you a notification when can you appear for the online final exam. Okay? Now, regarding the distribution of the grades, so we equally divided the grades in all our activities. So we have the Packet Tracer Skills Assessment. So this is the part 1 and part 2. So it's 25%. There are 6 module group exams, which is 25% also. Then we have the skills-based assessment exam, which is 25%, and an online final exam of 25%. So the passing rate to become accredited instructor, your total grade must be 75% and your final exam result must be 75% during your first take. Okay? So again, to become accredited instructor, your total grade must reach 75% and your final exam result must be 75% during the first take or 80% for the second take. Okay, so now I will show you our module in the NetAcad. So here on the left side, you will see our home menu, the modules, assignments, grades. So those are the important things that you need to click. Okay, so let's go first with the module. So in this module or in this option, you will see all the activities present here. Okay, so first we have the announcement portion, wherein in this page or in this module, we will be posting all our announcements. So you will see here, there is the first announcement. And this announcement goes that you need to watch the course orientation video before you can access the Chapter 1 module. So it is a must that you watch the course orientation video. Okay? And then the second announcement, okay, is the candidate profile. So for the candidate profile, so this must be completed. So basically, we wanted to have a database of all our participants, especially in this module. So here you will just write your information like your name, your academy, your email address, and for example, the school where you teach. Okay? So you need to complete this as you go along with this course. Okay? So there is the link, or there is the course orientation video. And then under the course introduction, we have an instruction how to join our WebEx team. So just click on this and then follow the instructions. Now, regarding the schedule, okay, so we provided this calendar of activities to guide you and for you to plan, okay, to plan how you are going to complete this particular module. So this is the suggested self-paced learning plan of activities. So we have allocated the hours for the reading time, viewing the recording, performing the non-graded packet tracer activities, the graded packet tracer activities, the module group exam, and the WebEx session. Okay, so you will see here that on July 5, we will be having a WebEx session which covers chapters 1 to 2. So it means that you should be able to at least perform activities, suggested non-graded activities, so that if you have any doubts, if you have any questions, then you can ask the trainer during the WebEx or during the webinar session. On July 7, you need to perform, or you need to do the module group exam chapters 1 to 4. Okay? And then on July 9, you need to do the module group exam. Okay? Then we have on July 12, you need to do the module group exam for chapters 7 to 9. For July 16, you need to do the module group exam for chapters 10 to 13. And on July 19, the module group exam for chapters 14 to 16. As I said earlier, July 20, we have a webinar session, okay, regarding exam orientation. So we will discuss all about the details of the exam. Then on July 21, you will be doing your skills-based assessment, which is through webinar session also, and the online final exam through the webinar session as well. Now, from July 25 up to July 28, those who have not completed their requirements, so you can perform those activities and then you can submit. Okay, so you have around 4 days to complete all activities that are required. And then for those who have not successfully passed the online final exam, they can do a retake during these schedules. But take note, again, we will be notifying you in which batch you have to take the exam. Okay, so that is our suggested plan of activities. Now, to view the module itself, so you need to go to the course content. Again, as you see here, there is a prerequisite. So you need to watch the video, the course orientation video, for you to access our module. So you need to click this to load the module in another window. So there you go. So you try to read. So let's go first. For example, in chapter 1.1, so configure a switch with initial settings. So there's the lecture here. There are some images for you to visualize the topics that are being discussed. Okay. Then let me show you the syntax checker. So this is an example of a syntax checker wherein you can write the commands. Okay, so you need to follow the instructions here, and then you can select, or you can choose the show me or click the show me button to show you the proper command, or you can click the show all to show all the commands that you need to do. Then you can also reset and then do the activity. Okay, now regarding the check your understanding and the module practice quiz, so this is an example of a module quiz wherein you can answer the questions. You can check if your answers are correct. You can click show me to show you the answers, and you can reset and take the quiz again. Okay, so that is for the modules. So next we have the webinar links. So all the schedules, all the links that you will be needing to access the webinar, it is placed here. Okay, so if you want to know or if you want to join in the webinar session, so you go here so that you can access the link and then you can join our webinar session. Then we do have the required tasks. So here, so you need to perform the non-graded packet tracer activity number 1 so that you can take the modules 1 to 4 exam. You need to do the non-graded packet tracer activity number 2 so that you can take the modules 5 to 6. Non-graded activity number 3 to get module 79. Non-graded packet tracer 4 and 5 to perform or to do the modules 10 to 13. And non-graded number 6 to do the 14 to 16. We also have an option for our exam webinar link. So once you are in the schedule for the exam, for the skills-based and online final exam, so you will be seeing the webinar links here. Okay. Then you have the final exam and the course feedback. By the way, you need to take the course feedback first before you can access the final exam. So these details will be discussed to you during the webinar session for the exam orientation. That ends our course orientation. If you have any questions or if you have any doubts, please send us a message in our WebEx Teams. We wish you all the best and I hope that you will enjoy your journey with us here in our training. Again, this is Jonathan. Thank you very much.